Hello and welcome back, and today we're gonna be talking about the backrooms because I'm new to the backrooms, so hopefully over time of me making videos we'll all learn together like about what the backrooms are and what we can find in the backrooms. And so this video will just be some basics of the backrooms and we'll go into specifics in later videos. So let's get right into this. So basically, from what I understand, is that if you're lucky or unlucky, like me I guess, then you will accidentally no clip out of reality and end up in the backrooms. So what is the backrooms? Well, the backrooms have many different levels within it that we'll be talking about later. And inside those levels there are different types of entities that are on certain levels and not on other levels. And inside each level you can also find unique objects, and we'll be going in depth in that in a few seconds. And yeah, you can also find different groups and colonies within the backrooms. So the first thing we're going to talk about is levels, and the backrooms have different types of levels. So there's normal levels, then there's sub-levels, anomalous levels, and there are joke levels. So the normal levels are normally diverse in size, security, and safety, and are basically the backbone of the backrooms. And some of the levels are sustainable and you can live in there. That's why there are communities built there. But some of these levels represent what is known as liminal spaces, which basically means they evoke an eerie feeling inside the heads of the inhabitants. The other thing is the levels within the backroom are known to not abide by the laws of Earth, and physics are thrown aside due to some chaotic anomaly. And you should never stay in a level for too long if you haven't read any documentation that proves its safety. But even with this, some levels cease to exist after a period of time or change completely over time. The next types of levels are sub-levels, and sub-levels are basically like the in-between levels and are directly connected to the parent levels, but they don't have like any features that make them any special, so they can't be put into their own level category. And you can tell it is a sub-level by looking at the integer. So level 0.7 would be from parent level 0 and the sub-level number set 7.7, so you can read it by its decimal. And yeah, many sub-levels continue the theme of the parent levels, but they have like a twist which justifies putting them in like a separate page. And yeah, each sub-level normally has a completely different tone, so if there is multiple sub-levels for one level, both sub-levels will be completely different from one another. The next types of levels are anomalous levels, and since they are mysterious in nature, they can't really be described by number, and since there's also no definitive dates of like discovering this level, they are normally named by symbols, exaggerated numbers, or the level's most like distinguishing feature. But it doesn't mean that they're more dangerous, it just means that they normally ignore the rules of like the backrooms, and the place normally feels like another dimension rather than the liminal spaces feeling you get from the backroom. And the final types of levels are joke levels, and they aren't canon to the backrooms lore, and they were just made to be funny, so it's not really important to the lore of the backrooms, but it's still interesting to see what people made up. So now on to backrooms entities. So what are backroom entities? Well, they are classified basically by 4 categories. Their number, name, their hazard, and their habitat. So number basically just means what entity they are, so like entity 1, 2, 3, etc. Their name is the name they were given, and the hazard is from 0 to 7. and the habitat refers to how like often you'll encounter the entity while you're in the backrooms. So now on to entity classification. So class 0 is harmless and it poses no threat. Class 1 is not aggressive but can injure wanderers. Class 2 is not aggressive but it can be provoked into injuring or killing wanderers. Class 3 is aggressive but not really dangerous. Class 4 is aggressive. Class 5 is treacherous, meaning it's extremely dangerous and you should avoid it at all costs. Class 6 is substantially treacherous and you should never see these ones or you're basically dead. Class 5 is mythological, so they're unknown and abnormal entities. Class C has mental hazards, so it's recommended to be cautious around them. Class variable is varied, meaning they have varying hostility. And class undetermined is entities that have abnormal properties or are undocumented. Now onto entity habitat. So the first one is unknown, meaning the location of the entity is unknown. Level means that the entity is found only on its main habitat in a particular level. Majority, but mainly on level, means the entity is found in a majority of levels but only in its specific habitat/level. Extinct means the entity is fully wiped out. Near extinct means there's only a few entities that still remain. Rare means that this entity is found on less than 5 levels. Uncommon means the entity is found on less than a dozen levels. Common means that the entity is found in less than 20 levels. Majority means the entity is found on over 50% of the levels. Many means the entity is found in a myriad of the levels. The backrooms means that the entity is found on every single level. And only level means that the entity is only found on one specific level. So now on to objects. So objects are diverse in their usefulness, danger, rarities, and anomalies. And they all serve like certain purposes. Like for some, they serve for entities and like healing and stuff. And every level has its own unique like objects to fit with the theme. And you can carry these objects in and out of levels from where you found them, and some can be reproduced like almond water. So no one still knows how these objects came into being. Like some of the theories are that they got no-clipped into the backrooms like the people are, but some say that it's a time-traveling god and no one really knows how these objects were actually created. Another thing that you'll find during your journey throughout the backrooms are the different groups. All the different groups have differing beliefs and colonies on different floors, and also have like allies among themselves, and they all have unique purposes and like ideals and mindsets. So be careful with some groups, but other groups aren't bad from what I can tell. And yeah, so later on I'm going to make more videos, but like on a specific entity or level or group, so I can like give you more detail about certain things, because this video is just supposed to be like a short guide to what the backrooms are, if you didn't know. And yeah, so the next video will probably be about an entity or a level, or yeah. And that's it. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like or a dislike, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and comment your opinion on the video or anything you think I could improve on, or just anything about the backrooms. And yeah, take care. Bye bye.